A'udhu billahi minash shaitani rajim. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Welcome everyone to another session of CFP Learning Series. Just a little intro of what CFP is for new members with us today. So CFP stands for Connect for Purpose, and the whole mission and vision of CFP is to be the leading Muslim community in solving the world challenges. So Subhanallah, CFP has been started by Muslims who really want to do something to serve the Ummah, and our current focus, our current strategic focus of CFP is Muslim Ummah Readiness 2030. And if you follow us on our YouTube channel, we will see our presentation done by our founder, Brother Kamran, on the huge issue coming ahead with due to the AI technology, being coming into our lives. So, subhanallah, at CFP, we want to focus and get our Muslim Ummah ready for this AI disruption, which is coming our way. And we do have three areas of focus. One is the education of our youth. The second department is going to be focused on the youth who are already graduated and who are entering the job market. And the third category in which we want to strengthen is to strengthen our schools. And today we have with us Brother Kaisar Abbas, who is one of our CFP members and board members, who has started an important project called TOS, which stands for the Organic Edu-care System. Subhanallah, TOS is a pioneer education system in itself, and solving the problem, which inshallah which are heading our way, and getting our kids prepared from a very, very young age to be able to, deal with these problems and inshallah be the leaders and the solution makers of the problems which are heading our way. So with that, I would go ahead and welcome Brother Kaisar Abbas to go ahead and enlighten us on the important steps that each and every parent or guardian of little kids can do to get them ready for the future ahead, both in the worldly sense as well as in a way that is completely aligned with the commandments of the Quran. So, Bismillah, Brother Kaisar, welcome.
Thank you very much, Dr. Farhana. Assalamu alaikum, everyone. I hope you all are doing well. Bismillah Rahman Rahim. So you can see the topic, and Dr. Farhana has already mentioned a bit about it. This is something very serious and very critical we should be focusing on. Things are happening around us, and we must know that uh, we should also start awakening ourselves and prepare our next generations how we should start behaving and what we should look forward in future. So something really bad has been happening for the decades all over the world and also in Pakistan, that we are actually raising the minds, but there's no compass. And if there's any compass, that is purely, uh, you know, very local one. So we must have a lens to raise our kids in the right direction. This is my brief introduction. Uh, you can see this after this all, what you can read on the screen. I still claim that I know nothing, and we all grow to learn and we learn to grow. So, inshallah, we are going to learn something that I realized over the time, and I really wanted all of you and the people who shall be listening to this session online, that I would be able to introduce you this problem so that we individually and collectively could solve this. This is the agenda of today's session. First of all, we have to identify the challenge in education. Then, what are the foundations of identity in early education? We have to uh, look forward current educational practices and their limits, whatever going on across the world. And then the most important thing, if everything is going wrong or somehow not aligned with what we are sent here on this world, on this planet, and what we are made for, then what lens is there that should be known to us? And that is Islamic lens and its impact, definitely. And then you have to shift your framework and shift for meaningful education. And finally, the vision, roles, and next steps. As you're going to listen to this all, so you must, we all must actually should know that there is something I have to do right after this, because this is not something that belongs to me only and not something that belong to you only. It is simultaneously an individual and collective effort that has to be started right after this session, inshallah. So first of all, we are facing the identity crisis. So in education, we have to solve this. So you know that if you guys are if if you guys are living across the world in different countries, so you're experiencing different education systems and the culture of different countries. So we have been teaching our kids, right? But accept what we are and who they are actually. So we are overflowing with information. The children master facts, formulas, but they really lack self-awareness. Missing core identity, they really struggle to understand who they are and their purpose. We are always like human is a reference entity. Your memory also need the reference to remember things for a long time. And same, whenever something is there with reference, you really understand it well. You understand the cause and effect of that particular thing. So everything comes with the reference. So identity is something that should be there. Otherwise, we can make the world where it is right now. So then unclear values and direction, you see, when you just give the information and you really don't give the identity, and there's identity crisis. So the values become unclear and direction becomes uh, like everywhere. So without knowing what they stand for, learning feels directionless. So this is very important. This is what's happening uh, right today everywhere. Then the real crisis is identity, not academics. We must know this. Academic focus overshadows identity. Like all of us, we always talk about I belong to this family, I belong to this country, I belong to this institute, I belong to this school of thought. So when you belong to these small, uh, you know, places, and you belong to some places which are not real actually, and which do not connect you with the God, with the Creator. So definitely you cannot understand what you're here for. So unfortunately, academic focus overshadows identity, and we believe that I am PhD and I'm doctor and I'm this and that. So school emphasize content and test scores, not self-discovery. Performance over purpose. Parents prioritize grades and achievements, missing deeper meaning. Sorry. Unfortunately, we never talk about what my child is looking for. We always talk about what he got. Numbers, the grade, the report card, and we really don't look at kids what they really need at any point of time in their life, particularly when they are under the guidance or supervision of parents. Then directionless education without a clear identity, learning lacks purpose and guidance. You know this. Quran talks about this a lot. Think, think, and think. So unless you do that, you won't be able to know who you are, what are you doing, and which direction you are going. And this all is actually decided right in the early education of the children. So you see, the child lands we Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in Quran that every child takes birth on fitra. So whatever happens next to the child, he becomes Muslim, a Christian, a Jew, or anything else. That is what we do to him. We, the parents, we, the environment. So the child lens is very important. That should have to be fixed right in the early education, the early years of his life. Lens defines self-perception, how you look at things. Are you a person who really think that you are part of a family, you belong to a country, you belong to uh, a company, an organization? So that's the lens really uh, makes you feel how you're looking at other things around you and what you're going to do in the next few decades in your life. Lens guide choices and actions too. That's how we make the choices. You know that the people who are rich and the people who are poor, their choices are very different. Why? Because their parents, their quality of life, their standard of life is a kind of lens that make them make the choices. What they have to, what they need really after it when they're asked this question. And same, the actions are followed by the choices. And absence of lens causes disconnection. If there's no lens, then uh, it actually disconnects you with the reality. And this lens is very important. I will talk about this lens, which lens we really need. But the lens, the quality of the lens measures what you see in front of you. If if you wear the spectacle, then if you uh, wear the goggles, or sunshade, you really know that what really the lens do for you. So a generic lens of the glasses or the spectacles we use to get things clear, or get ourselves be safe from the sunlight. So just see the lens of yourself can do how much for you. So that's very important. Now let's talk about the foundations of identity in early education. What is actually the foundation of identity? How we can create it, and what does it do in early education? Building foundations. So in academics and schools, in the primary education particularly, we should give children the identity before academics, right? Critical early years, the 10 years are very critical, the very first 10 years. If you look at the New World Order, which is somehow implemented already, and LGBTQ is, I searched about it, and it says that in many countries, particularly non-Muslim countries, it is already deployed, and it is start making the mind of the child right from the year 4 and 5. And 10 year is the time when you almost get done with creating the first identity of any human being, and the worldview, and how he should look at other things, other people, and how everything's around him, not only on this planet, but also around this planet matters to him. And the life after this life is very important to everyone generally, but definitely to Muslims. So missing identity leads to directionless learning. This is very important. It is not something like missing identity leads to directionless learning. Directionless learning is more fatal than the poison. We should talk about it, inshallah, further on it. Academics focus versus self-discovery. we really like across the world, because I teach children in UAE, Pakistan, USA, Canada as well. So I see that everybody is talking about what they are studying, what they are learning, and how that learning is going to make them a rich, facility oriented person in future by having jobs or businesses. So unfortunately, current system prioritize academics over identity, and lack of clear identity and moral compass persists. It is not something we are going to recognize it, and we are going to do something to realign our thinking partner. Unfortunately, we are not doing it at the moment. So this is very important session for all of us, that we have to fix this problem then and there. So let's talk about the lens. What is the lens that I just mentioned a couple of minutes ago? Defining the lens actually shapes how a child view themselves and the world around him, his family members, his society, the global world, what he is going to do, what is right, what is wrong, okay, and what he is going to do in the next 30, 40 years of his life, which is not only going to make change in himself, but also going to give a big impact to the world. Then impact on values and choices. Lens influences sense of right and wrong. That is why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in Quran, and Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said many times that parents are the one uh, who are the guides of the children, and they are responsible for it. It is not something that they can just let it go and give their children to the third party, and they are made uh, to prepare for the future. No, it is not the case. It's only parents who are somehow the custodians of the children in their early years, and they have to decide the right things for the children. So the values and choices are made for the rest of their life. That only depends on the lens that you are handing over to your children. It also actually, guides life outcomes. And these outcomes really not only play a role or make changes to your life, but it really make changes to the world. The people today who are rich, who are making changes not only in Pakistan but around the world, locally, internationally, globally, they are the people who should have to be aligned with the right human values. Otherwise, there is a power. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala always said that there is uh, shaitan, iblis. So satanic powers are always there to take up this opportunity, and they start leading the world if the other side, the side of the Rahman, is not taking the responsibility. So what is the missing piece? You know, disconnected learning, knowledge lacks meaning, disconnected individuals, intelligence without wisdom, right? We have intelligence, but there is no wisdom. We know that decision is to be taken, but we really don't know what decision is to be taken and what impact this decision is gonna make, right? So this is the missing piece that we are going to discover today. First 10 years matter the most, actually, as I just mentioned, because this is the point when your brain has really started, like your initial years, when your brain, your body uh, is growing together and learning things, the right and the wrong. Until almost 10 years, you really grasp the idea of right and wrong. And after that, that right and wrong gets concrete more and more over the time. So, for the first 10 years, we must be very clear that we are going to do identity formation that must be done, rapid brain development, children minds absorb beliefs and values quickly. We must know this. Whatever we are doing at home, whatever we are feeding to our children, whatever we are letting them watch on TV, on screens, everything that really make up their mind, their values, their emotional personality as well. So the brain development, emotional development, that all happens in the first 10 years. Then building self-image. Early experiences shape confidence and self-worth. You know that we talk about children traumas, and we all know that most of us, I think, or maybe all of us know, we all of us remember something from our early years of life, something that really happened, and it is still printed and comes in front of us exactly the same way it happened. So you see how things come in your life, even they have gone and they are no more in your life, but still after 30, 40, 50 years of your life, you still remember them the way they really happened, the words, the scene, the characters. So you remember everything. So early experiences are very important. That should have to be shaped. Missing elements often lack a clear identity, moral compass, and purpose-driven thinking. Clear identity, we all know that we are Muslims, but we really don't know what is the responsibility of a Muslim. We have a moral compass, but that moral compass is different for Americans, different for Pakistanis, like the subcontinent people, different for the Middle Easterns. Why is it so? Why it does not come from the same source? It must come from the same source because we all are humans. Whatever we are doing, whatever internal belief system we are having, even then, the moral compass must be same for everyone. Unfortunately, it is not. And then purpose-driven thinking. If your life is not purpose-driven, you are nobody, not more than an animal grazing around, and you will be killed by someone, and nobody cares. But unfortunately, uh, this is wrong because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has not asked us to just go and chill and come back. All of us, each one of us, here to do some job. That particular job, everyone has to think about, and that job can only be understood, recognized, realized, and we start working on it when our primary years of education, our early life is well guided by the parents and the teachers and the institution who takes a responsibility. Now let's talk about the current educational practices and their limits. What's happening around the world in the educational institutions. So on the left side, you see what schools are doing, and on the right side, you see what parents are doing. This is very interesting. See what schools are doing. The current system focuses on literacy, yes, numeracy, yes, testing, how much and how many marks, how much grades you got. Competition, you are better than him, he is better than you, she is better than them. In what? How marks you got, uh, how much a better debater you are, and what you have achieved better than the others. That's the competition, right? And what is it missing, by the way? It's missing identity. You know what is identity? I am not your competitor. You are not my competitor. We all are humans here on the earth with the purpose given by the creator, and we all have to fulfill it without any fight, without any quarrel with each other. Then why we are not understanding that every child is different and he should be raised the way he or she is equipped with by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Second, the values. The over the last couple of decades, we have seen that there is no values followed by the people, the society, individuals, and not even the families. Like there is no permanent thing you will see in yourself except the rudeness. The same goes to me. Like, you know, I have no permanent value that my children can take as a legacy except the genetic things which are happening automatically. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala kept it like that. Meaning, there's no meaning. Why I have to be very sharp in maths, though I don't like it? Why should I have to pass the exams, though it really doesn't matter to my self-building, my personality? And then purpose. Holistically, I'm a person who has to deliver some purpose in this world. So all these four things are missing, and everything else which is missing actually is the offshoot of these four things. And on the other side, see what parents are focusing, what parents are doing at the moment. Even the conscious parents, they focus on better schools. Yeah, the school must be very good. Otherwise, my children is not going to have bad classmates. The environment is not good. It is dusty. It is this. It is that. Then better grades. Yeah, he must get good grades. Otherwise, he is a stupid child who really knows nothing. His brain doesn't work. So he must be sent to school, and if he's still not getting the good grades, he must be sent to another coaching center so that he must get the good grades. I'm just putting money, money, and money. I'm not realizing that he or she needs something else. He is somebody else who really don't know all these things. He's made for something else. And then better exposure. We really want our kids to become the Khalifatul Ard, but we never want them to be out of the slavery of the parents, out of the slavery of the institutions, out of the slavery of the teachers who really don't know who they are. And then at the end of the day, we belong to the institutions. We belong to the companies. We are holding the cards in our necks, and somebody belongs to Nokia, somebody belongs to Huawei, somebody belongs to Harvard. But still, what we are like, all the schools almost give you the same content, the same mindset, and same outcomes. Everybody is looking for jobs. Everybody. Uh, a child from a third grade school, a child from the first grade school. One wants to sit on the seat of CEO, and the third grade school child wants to work for that company. That's really big, and a white collar job will really matter to him. So both are not, doing what they have to do. Another problem which I've been, experiencing and observing for the last almost 2 to 3 years, that people are coming towards homeschooling, but they really don't know what they have to do. They think that school is not teaching Oxford books or the Cambridge books or the IB books. I can better teach my child at home. Yeah, 10%, you're right. But 90%, what about the 90%? And what is the 90%, by the way? So, homeschooling reality, location changes isn't transformation. We must understand this. I've been part of a group which is having more than 1,000 people, and all the mothers over there, and maybe some fathers, all the day they talk about, give me the worksheets, give me this book, give me that book. I have to teach my kids, give this, give that. So, are we really connecting our children with the Creator? Uh, I never think about it. So you we think that the location changes, so everything changes. No, it's not transformation. Why? Because curriculum remains unchanged. We are not focusing on things which are being taught. We think that I'll teach my child, so that's okay. No, that's not okay. Why it is not okay? I'll tell you later, inshallah, in the next slides. Success defined by old standards. Yeah, this we have been discussing in CFP as well. We think that we have been taught on the system which been going on for the last uh, 40 years, 50 years almost. So we think that it will keep on going. This is not the case. We have become global citizens now, and fortunately, Alhamdulillah, being Muslims, we are the Khalifatul Ard who are sent here as the custodians of the book of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and the values and the practices given by Hazrat Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam to us. So this is very important. True change requires a new lens. Yeah, we think homeschoolers think that okay, let me teach my kids so everything will go well. No, actually, you have to change the lens. So I am trained for the last 30 years on the old standards, and I think as a parent, I take my child back to home and he's no more going to school, so I'll teach him better. Yeah, somehow you can do that, but you really cannot achieve what is required by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Why? Because you're also trained by the same system over the last 30 years. And now you're also facing the problems the daily on daily basis that you have to solve. So you are actually a stressed person who are trying to uh, uh, transform your child to a world leader. It is not possible. Identity crisis lacks a strong sense of self, easily swayed by external influences. We have internal locus of control and external locus of control. Unfortunately, 99%, maybe I'm exaggerating, but most of the people have external locus of control. The others decide, others influence what we have to think, what we have to wear, what we have to eat, what we have to do in the next years of our life. And if it is not parents, then our uh, you know, siblings, our friends. If not them, then the companies around us, the corporates, the corporations who are 24 by 7 feeding us through the media what we should think, what we should wear, what we should do. Struggles to make confident decisions. Confident decision is something really good, but this decision should also be, referenced, otherwise it really does not exist in this universe. Nothing goes unreferenced, nothing goes unconnected or disconnected. It means even if we try to be disconnected, even then we are connected with something. And if it is not the book of Allah, the Quran, or and actually the the life of Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, it means I am connected to something else, and that something else is really dangerous. Reactive rather than purposeful. You know that most of us, including myself, I said this a couple of months ago to my other colleagues in our Sira session that most of us really, you know, spend a reactive life. We always react. Somebody did something and I reacted. So, if we really want to be a superhumans, the humans who are sent by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, we need to be the people who act, who have their own sense of belonging, their own lens that really tells them what you are and what you have to do. Okay, now then, as we have discussed all that, what has been happening and what is the lens and school practices and what homeschoolers think. Now let's talk about the Islamic lens and its impact. Now we have in the past lives, we got to know that things are really going wrong. Okay, and I'm in a position now that okay, things are wrong, so I have to correct them. So if I have to correct them, so what options do I have? And then you have to, we see uh, a bright light of Islam that shines our way, and we really see things clearly. So, Islamic lens is very important. So, what Islamic perspective on education? Education must come with purpose and identity. Who am I? Why am I here? If you really live a life as a non-Muslim, you always think about that I have less, the others have more, so how I can make this life better. But Islamic philosophy is exactly opposite to it. What I can sacrifice, what I can give better to others, what can others receive best from me. It is not about me actually, it is about others. When you have the lens of Islam and you understand who you are, then you start sacrificing. The whole world, even the universe, is created on the phenomena of sacrifice. And I say this many times to my students and in my sessions that, the plants, if you ask plants, can I eat you? And they deny if they have the same, you know, decision making power as humans are given, then we shall die in the very next few days. And water also denies that you cannot drink me. So you see, everything sacrifices itself for others. The plants sacrifice themselves for us and for animals. Animals themselves do the same. So more, many of them be like used for different purposes. Core components in Islam, core components are three. Current systems are working on first. Some better systems are working on ilm and tarbiyah. Somehow tarbiyah is given as a responsibility of the parents, but it is not the case only. It is simultaneously the responsibility of the organization where your children are going. The third thing we are actually missing throughout, we are not only missing in our schools, but we are also missing in our lives. That is tazkiyah, self accountability. Any one of us do self accountability? Answer is yes. Reality, no. You know, answer is yes, because I want to show others that we are really good. But when I look at myself in the mirror, the answer is no. Why? Because when I look at myself over the last 20 years, I see that there's no big change happened to me. When there's no change happened to me, so tazkiyah means that you are changing over the time. Every passing moment is creating a change in you, and that change is actually connecting you with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And you are moving near and near to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala through connection, through uh, gaining the knowledge, the ilm, right? And demonstrating it, practicing it. So all of us has actually missed the tazkiyah part, and we think that tazkiyah is something that you sit and start saying Allah, Allah, Allah. No, this is not the case. Tazkiyah must happen to all of us, and tazkiyah must be part of every school. Unfortunately, when we send our kids just to get the grades, so obviously there's no tazkiyah. We don't check our kids because we have no check on ourselves. So whatever we are having in ourselves, that goes to children directly and indirectly. I talk on this also that we are uh, uh, not the humans only. We are a source of energy. So the source of energy really does not need to say something, to do something. My selfness is a source of energy, and 24 by 7, myself emit the rays. So those rays either negative or positive. So that is what I believe in. I'm a negative thinking person. I think about about others that they are not good, they are making problems, they are creating problems, we have to fix them, he is bad, she is bad. So this negative uh, power and these negative rays directly or indirectly goes to the environment, the atmosphere at home, also in the organization. So tazkiyah is very important, which is already vanished from our lives, and in schools it really does not exist. Then lens of values and responsibility. Islam always talk about responsibility that comes from the values. When you become mature, you never ask that I need this. You always say what I have to do, what I have to deliver. Our children say that, okay, give it to me, give this to me, I need that, I want to eat this, I want to eat that. Why? Because they are not having the sense of maturity and they are not in a position to do this. They are asking you for things. But when you become a responsible human, right, crossing, 10, you start doing things yourself and you feel independent, right? After crossing 15, you start doing even more things. And after a few years, you think that I can do everything myself. Then you take up the responsibility of your company position, you take up the responsibility of your family, you take up the responsibility of many other things, whatever the volunteer things you're doing, the other businesses you're doing. So in your real life, in our real life, we are taking up the responsibility and we have to follow the fixed set of values which are given to us by the schools, by the institutions, by our organizations, by the companies. If I'm following all the rules and regulations given by the companies, why I'm not following the values given by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? So values must be extracted from Quran. Practice should be understood from the life of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and these must be deployed in our lives. Otherwise, no values, no responsibility we shall be going to take up. And we say, I haven't done this, I haven't done this, I haven't done this. The whole planet is just, ruined by us, and we say, I don't do anything. So unless we understand that things come under my responsibility, whatever happening locally and globally, it is under me. I, I have some fractional part which goes from my side as well. We cannot give these values and responsible behavior to our children. And beyond academics, building meaning, why I'm doing this all, why I'm studying, why I'm doing this job, why I'm eating, why I'm running, why I'm sitting, why I'm sleeping. So everything has some meaning. We must answer this question to ourselves as parents, as teachers, and also then transfer these answers to our children. It cannot be done through tongue only. Words does not matter. Words matter when you have your own energy focused on the words. That's the reason that Prophet Muhammad SAW had only 23 years of preaching, but he has an impact that will last till the end of the day of this world. He is the only person whose life and the book given to him will last till the last day of this world. Why? Because he had gained so much positive power, the positive energy, that his few words matter a lot to us, and his words still matter. His energy is so powerful that it is still transmitted by him even today. As the light comes from sun, it takes 8 minutes and 19 seconds to this world, to this planet Earth. So it takes time. So the the life of Prophet Muhammad SAW is so strong that its light, its brightness, its energy, it's still reaching us, and it will reach to the last person on this planet Earth. So we have to build this. What happens without it and with it? Hmm? See this. Knowledge turns into ego without direction. We really experience this. Success breeds arrogance instead of growth. I'm better than you. I got more grades than you. I'm intelligent. You are dumb. That's arrogance. It's not growth. Freedom leads to confusion. When I'm free, I waste my time. I waste my energy. I waste my money. I waste everything. I'm not given the set of values and the responsible behavior that whenever I'm free, I'm no more confused. Ab- Absence of an internal compass, internal locus of control is very important. It only comes from the Islamic lens. You cannot get it from any other lens because any other lens is actually pirated, artificial, human made. We usually say in the lecture that the person within a problem cannot solve the problem. You should be above the problem to understand what is the real problem, and then you can solve. That's why whatever values, the purpose, the responsibility we want to have and deliver in this world, it should come from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It cannot be given by humans, it cannot be given by the jinns or any other aliens. Benefits of the right lens, if we get it right. Knowledge transformed into wisdom. Hikmah. Actions gain meaning. Whatever we do, we own it. Yes, I did this. Decisions become aligned with values. You really don't repent on what you do. Why? Because you reference that decision. Then children grow into self guided individuals. And I like at as I'm teaching kids, and we also have an online school. So I always tell this to parents that we want them to become self managed, self disciplined, self sustained, or self sustainable children over the time till 14 years. Why? Because that's how we have to give them values, the ilm, tarbiyah, and tazkiyah. That's the whole story. Otherwise, it is not possible. Otherwise, it is useless to give them any kind of education. Okay, so framework and shifts for meaningful education. That, identity sets the foundation as we already discussed about it. Lens, guide, perception. You got on the last few slides. Thinking drive choices. If you think rightly, your choice will be right. Actions create impact. It is not something that you say, I want to drink water, I want to drink water, and you keep saying for the hundred and million times, and you will no more be thirsty. You will be even more thirsty. So you have to take action. Go, bring water, and drink it. Unless you do it, it could not create anything that you really want to achieve. And now we have to, bring shift in the approach. Shift from facts to meaningful understanding. We are not here to tell the facts. Facts are there. Any AI model, Google, anything can give you the fact. This is there, this is here, this is where. But what is the meaningful understanding? We really cannot get it without guidance. Deepening learning. We have to move beyond memorization. It should be a true comprehension. And it only comes when you connect yourself with Quran and Sunnah. We have to nurture the growth. Replace competition with personal development. Competition is nothing. We are not made here to compete with each other. We are here to deliver a purpose, and we have to support each other. That's why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given the macro concept of sacrifice, encouraging reflection, and transition from instructions to thoughtful self discovery. Don't give instruction, not at school, not at home. It should have to be a thoughtful self-discovery. Okay, so what should primary education do? The primary education, the first 10 years are very, very important. We all must know this. And we have experiences, like my generation experiences, that how much disaligned we are from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the Quran, the Sunnah, and everything what we are here for. We think like Pakistani, I think what my caste is, I think I'm Punjabi, like all these, you know, local concepts are there. We must build strong identity in the early years. Instill core values, very important. And we have to develop thoughtful minds. Don't make children memorize things. They will memorize automatically. This is built in the system. But which is not built in, it's a thoughtful mind. We have to train them on this thinking process. We have to nurture emotional awareness. It only comes when you really understand Quran. Even if you don't understand it, you have to read it through in your own language, and you'll get to know how Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has talked about different things, yourself, your family, your society, your relations, and your global understanding and global standing also. Connect learning to purpose. That's very important. That's what we must do. And this purpose does not come from an institute. Remember this. I have been saying this. Purpose is not given by the institutions. Purpose are not given by the corporations. Purpose are not given by the parents. Purpose is given by the book, Quran. Purpose is given by the life of Prophet Muhammad SAW when we read the Seerah. Otherwise, it is impossible that we reach to the purpose which is really asked by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Vision role, the next steps. Teachers, teachers are very important. In our school, I like we prepare the curriculum, and I really don't discuss the curriculum unless I have the brainstorming sessions with my volunteers, and I understand that now they understand what TOES is really trying to achieve, and then I start making them, uh, uh, start them do what really is required in the curriculum designing. Otherwise, because the teachers, they have to put their energy, and that goes in mentorship, role modeling. We should not be somebody that coming to the schools teaching kids the books and going back. No, we should be the mentors, we should be the role models. And this all is actually said by the educationists, and the educational theories are full of all this. But unfortunately, this is not, included in our school systems globally, not only in Pakistan. Parents shape the first lens. Remember this. You are responsible for everything. You are responsible for everything because you have the primary role. Genetically, 24 out of 24 hours, the 20 or 16 hours are given by the parents and the atmosphere they create. So you have no escape. Every moment matter. Yeah, remember this. Every moment matter. It is not something that you do something wrong at one point and you do something right on the other point. So there is a clash. The dual personalities of the children get created because of the same reason. Okay, the last thing, identity as the cornerstone. We have to build actually the identity in children. That's very important. We are Muslims. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said in Quran that you are Muslims. So that's why we need to understand who the Muslim is and how his whole life keep on doing tazkiyah actions and making own self and the others a better Muslim or better human beings on the face of the earth. From information to meaning, we have to move, and aligned minds, clear compass. We must have this. Everything, whatever we do in our life, and most importantly, the children we are sending to the schools, we must know that what school is actually is giving to them. The mission of the school, the vision of the school, the curriculum, all these things matter when you really enroll your child. You must ask your school that what you're going to make my child after a few years of education he is spending here. If their answers is really local one, that they're going to make your child a confidence person, an entrepreneur, this and that, a skillful person, yeah, that's fine. But that is really local thing. What you really have to gain that really aligns with your purpose, that your child is really become a progressive Muslim. He is the one who is connecting himself with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala with every passing moment. And if he's not doing it, that's a problem. I'm telling you. And that's happening. But we have been facing in the world for the last, like we have been here for the last 40 years, right? And what we see on the face of the earth, the countries are fighting with each other on the resources, right? Why we are fighting on the resources? Because we are selfishly trained, educated, that we have to kill others for our own benefits. And others are not humans and we are superhumans. So that's the reason for the last 3 years I personally have taken up this project, which is going on under the umbrella of CFP, this TOE school, the Organic Education System, and it has its motto: vision, volunteerism, values. Vision makes you leader, volunteerism makes you selfless. You are no more selfish person, and values are the most important, stuff that you must have right from the early education. And that's why we are taking the kids from 4 year to 14 years so that we can really make up their personalities, make them grow according to the Islamic philosophy that really wants everybody to live happily, but under the system of Islam, not under any other system. Because Islam is the only system, Islamic philosophy is the only philosophy which is really human kind. No other philosophy that comes from other sources, Karl Marx, or there's so many, the Chinese, the Russians, and others have their own, and they are leading the bowl somehow. So Islam gives you the right lens how we have to move forward. That's why TOES is trying. Actually, I never claim this and I never say this, that we are doing the right things. We are really trying hard that we could achieve this purposeful institution where we can train the kids with ilm, tarbiyah and tazkiyah, and we could bring out the future leaders and the Islamic leaders. That's it. That's the same thing it's already uh, mentioned to you over and over again. Thank you very much for listening to me for a long time. I'm really sorry if I delayed a bit. I would like to hear from all of you if you have any question. Dr. Farhana, over to you.
Jazakallah khairan, Brother Kaiser, again for emphasizing the importance of the importance of the early years, both as parents as well as the teachers. So, please go ahead and join our CFP WhatsApp link, which I posted in the chat, as well as, inshallah, this session will be posted on the CFP YouTube channel as well. You'll find a lot more content there as well. SubhanAllah, we are building this entire curriculum of, important videos and information for the parents and for Ummah to obtain our
Of
whole
course.
goal of Muslim Ummah Readiness 2030. So please check it out as well. If you have any questions, in the next 5 minutes, Brother Kaiser will be available to take them.
So so when I was asking that if you want some more volunteers, so he can ask in here, of course,
Yeah, volunteer.
so I can
Yes, I
help
will.
help him out
Yes.
on
Jazakallah.
LinkedIn.
Mhm. So,
Well, we always look for the volunteers. I believe, like I've been volunteering for the last almost 4 or 5 years. Even though I'm
Yeah.
leading the project tours, I'm still volunteering myself to two other projects. So I think all of us must volunteer for anything, whatever we really like to. That's how you become a selfless person, and that's the easiest way that I can connect to myself with Allah Subhanahu wa Taala. That's the easiest way, I believe so. And
Exactly.
I really look forward to the people who can join our
S-
cause as
of
volunteers.
course. So any posts if you have open also just let me know. My WhatsApp is always open. So even my
Sure,
LinkedIn
thank you.
is available.
Jazakallah khairan,
Sure.
Badawjah. Yep. So again, just for the audience again, CFP is a complete volunteer-based organization. DOSE is again a complete volunteer-based organization. So please join us. Please send us people who want to contribute to the Ummah to CFP. Please check us out there. We do have question from Sister Mariam regarding is it online, and she would like to know more details for a 4-year-old. Brother Kaiser, if you want to send in your information, how they can reach you is with the email to discuss more. That will be appreciated. Yeah. And
Yeah, I have sent the message right here, the contact number where they
oh,
can get more information. I think this is personal information for the 4-year kids, so that can only be provided on phone. But we are always there. You really want to consult for anything regarding children, even if you're not interested in admissions, but we still really guide parents what you have to take further steps to take up your children for the next years of their life regarding education.
yes. So inshallah, we will reach out to help you with the information, Sister Mariam. We do have, I think, Sister Anira. Please go ahead. You can unmute yourself and ask your question.
Assalamu alaikum. Sorry, I have joined late. I want to know a little bit about CFP.
Okay. I will, go ahead and give an introduction on CFP. You can check us out on the website, connectforpurpose.org. I'm going to put
I
that
can
in.
send it in the chat right now if you can send it in here.
Yes, please.
Just
And
type in here.
we do also have the number for Brother Kaiser in the chat, for those who want to get any even guidance and any, advice for the kids. There's no pressure on joining, school. This is of that sort. So CFP basically stands for Connect for Purpose. And the CFP is an organization which, started on a volunteer basis. It's a 503 registered organization out of California, United States. And the mission and the vision of CFP is to create a worldwide Muslim community of talented people who want to contribute to the emerging Muslim solutions. And currently, our strategic focus is on getting our Muslim Ummah ready by 2030, especially in the light of the coming changes and the disruptions by AI. So it's a team of educators, uh, uh, Muslims who want to really contribute and fix the world problems. I guess it's a no-brainer that what are things going wrong around us and why are they going wrong. I think that has dawned upon many Muslims, and many Muslims are frustrated to a point they want to do something to fix it. So CFP is that place. It's a complete volunteer-based place. So please come on in. Anyone, be a part of team. We are actively looking to build up our team. At admin level, we have various projects running as well. So please check us out. Connectforpurpose.org. Yeah, and
And if someone needs to volunteer, they can email me or CFP. I can send in the emails right now.
yeah.
Uh,
Yeah. So yeah, and please check out the website, and there's volunteer button there which you can apply, and we will reach out to you, and you can volunteer in any capacity. And subhanallah, we just started for the past 2 years looking for many members of Muslim Ummah who are really concerned about the world and want to contribute. Please join us in this moment, inshallah. So any other questions? You can you want to ask any questions, Brother Kaiser? Please go ahead and, or inshallah, we will call it a day. So Brother Kaiser has given the information. So if you want any, counseling or any guidance on the education of your kids, please feel free to reach out to him. So inshallah, with that, I'm going to go ahead and, wrap it up with the dua. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والعصر إن الإنسان لفي خسر إلا الذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات وتواصوا بالحق وتواصوا بالصبر. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.
Walaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
So, Sister Farana, I have just sent some more some more profiles that I have connected with. So if you can go through it, because I've sent it on WhatsApp.
Okay, brother guys. Okay, brother Hussein, I will check them out, and
Yeah.
yeah, I'll reach out to you tomorrow. Inshallah, we'll have a meeting. Yes.
Inshallah, inshallah.
Okay. Jazakallah khairan, brother.
Okay. Assalamu alaikum.
Thank you. Assalamu alaikum. Sister Asra, let me put in the is @connect for purpose. That's where you can find the YouTube link. And if you join the WhatsApp group, we just put in the posts and the YouTube links there too, the CFP WhatsApp.